Okay, let's talk about curvature. So I'm Heather Beadle at the University of Oklahoma. I run the AASPI group. So curvature is a great attribute that can often be a lot to look at first, but I encourage you to try it out. So curvature helps you delineate subtle curves that can be overlooked in coherence and dip attributes. And so I love this image from one of Chopra and Marfort's many textbooks where we're looking at curvature, or sometimes it's kind of called roughness in some attribute packages, but they're the derivative of dip. And so they give you an information about the curvedness of the surface. So where you have anticlines, you have positive curvature. Where you have synclines, you have a more negative curvature. And if you have a flatly dipping plane or a flat surface, there is no curvature. I remember like it being, when I was first learning about it, thinking about it like the different ways you could slice an apple or anything that's kind of a roundish shape. You can calculate curvature in many different directions, from the inline to the cross line to any azimuth slice and dice way you want, and you will get different information about the geometry when you do that. Some things to keep in mind is that the radius of the curvature is infinite. So if you have a very highly curved surface, you would have a very high curvature, and a flat surface, like I mentioned, would have zero curvature. So here's an example looking at it with more of an outcrop scale, just showing you that your structural most positive curvature is often called your K1, and that will delineate those ridges or anticlines. And then your structural most negative curvature, often referred to as your K2, will highlight synclines or valley features. We found in our research that curvature has a very solid relationship to fractures, and you can also use it to understand and remove the effects of regional dips and emphasize smaller scale features that may be more related to deposition or smaller faults. Aberrancy is a great attribute we've been using in AASPI for maybe the last 6 years or so. And so aberrancy goes one step further than curvature. And it can actually pick up fault offsets that are below resolution. So in fractured zones, you may be able to use aberrancy to get ideas of fracture trends. We've also been using it, a lot of my students have been using it in the basement, whether you're looking for potential faults for injection purposes, for storing carbon, CO2 down there. So I really encourage you to look at aberrancy to help you with de-risking areas where you may have faults and fractures. So just to look at a couple examples, here we've got our most positive principal curvature. Here we've got our most negative principal curvature, and oftentimes you see these combined together. So we've got our co-rendered principal curvature, your K1 and your K2. So you're getting information about the more anticlinal features and the synclinal features all at once. And I'll be recording in a few minutes another video that will talk about how we can combine the K1 and K2 to get your shape indices. So I really encourage you to check that one out too.